As children, we learn from examples around us. I've learned that some of my first love interests were based off of men I saw on TV, in movies, and sung about in songs. Specifically, all the 90s shows I watched growing up, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, A Different World. But now I realize that life is not a cheesy 90s sitcom pilot, and I begin to wonder, were these 90s men all we imagined them to be? Let's put them on trial.
Hello, welcome back. My name is Taylor Cassidy. Welcome to my channel. If you're a 90s kid, if you're even a 2000s kid, you might have grown up watching 90s sitcoms. And if you're black, maybe even if you're not black, I don't know you. You might have grown up watching a lot of black 90s sitcoms like I did. And because of that, you grew up knowing these characters and being invested in their lives and thinking that your entire life was gonna be like a 90s sitcom. Like, where is my mysterious uncle inviting me to go live in his expensive penthouse in Beverly Hills? Where is my mystery twin sister that was living with another family our whole life and now we get to like try on each other's clothes without a mirror? Anyways, today we're gonna be rating the men from these sitcoms and see how they still hold up today. And because this is my opinion and this is not fact, however, my opinion is very valid, this is called Biased but Believable. Let's get started. Here are the rules of ranking. That's my man's energy. Now, what is that's my man's energy? You don't know what it is. That's my man's energy is how much your significant other is proud of the other significant other and yells, "That's my man!" The second factor of ranking is loyalty, and the last one is charm. You know, how much are you charming to me when I first meet you? Are you charming to me? Like, am I feeling it? You know, things like that. The first person that we have on trial is from the sitcom Moesha. If you grew up watching Moesha, you're a real one and you're probably a baddie now. Now we're gonna go on to her main love relationship that she had. 𝓂𝓮𝓪𝓾𝓽𝓲𝓯𝓾𝓵, aka Q. Q kind of scared me. He was always angry, man was emotionally unavailable, yelled at Moesha so much, and let's be honest, their entire relationship was toxic. Now, does he have any good qualities? Yes, he does. Mans was fine. I'm not gonna lie to you. He was real fine, and he had big dreams. He wanted to be, what did he want to be? Like a music producer, I think. I give that's my man's energy an 8 out of 10. Now, you might be asking me, Taylor, you just went on a rant about how Q is like terrible. Well, if he was on stage and he was successful in his little music business and he was a famous rapper, you would be in the crowd screaming, "That's my man!" Loyalty, I give Q, okay. For loyalty, I give Q like a 5 out of 10. I give him in the middle because the entire series, Moesha and him were like on and off. So they were both unloyal to each other. For charm, I give him a 7 out of 10. Because if Q liked you, he would fight to get you. Let's be for real. Let's be for real. So, 7 out of 10. Alright, the next person we have is from the sitcom A Different World. Today we are ranking Dwayne Wayne, which is the main love interest of 𝓂𝓸𝓾. If you know Dwayne Wayne, you know he's always playful, you know he's always the goofy type, joking around. For charm, I give him 6 out of 10. Just because when you first meet him, you'll probably be like laughing a lot. However, I give him a 6 out of 10 and not nothing more because in the beginning of the series, he really objectified women, which we're not about that there. For loyalty, I give him a 9 out of 10. He knew he wanted 𝓂𝓸𝓾 the entire time. He knew what he wanted and he went for it over and over and over. Spoiler warning, but I mean, you've had over 20 years to watch this series. Do y'all remember at the wedding when 𝓂𝓸𝓾 was about to get married and Dwayne was like, stop this whole entire wedding. We about to get married instead. And because of that, for that's my man's energy, I give him a 7 out of 10. The next person we are ranking is Craig Jones from Friday. Now, technically Friday is not a sitcom, but I feel like it deserves like a good mention. You know what I'm saying? For charm, I give Craig a 3 out of 10. Why would you think I'm gonna give Craig a high score for charm? Because let's look at the facts. And this goes for that's my man's energy too, which I give him a 4 out of 10. He ain't have no job. He's living with his mama, child. You living with your mama and you ain't got no job. I'm not claiming that. That's not my man's. But for loyalty, I give him a 7 out of 10. And I give him a 7 out of 10 because in the end of the movie, he decided not to shoot the guy, which I thought was very noble and very brave of him too, because, you know, everybody expected him to, but he was loyal to his father's advice, which, clap it up. Snaps for that. Loyalty, 7 out of 10. The next person that we have is from the same movie, Smokey from Friday. Don't get your hopes up, y'all, because I did not give this man a very high score. As you can see why. Put yourself in a situation where you would have to date Smokey. His name is Smokey, but the relationship would have been on fire. For charm, I give him a 5 out of 10. And I only give him a 5 out of 10 because he's very charismatic, you know, he's kind of funny. So when you first meet him, you'll probably be like, oh, this seems like a fun guy. But I know for a fact, the more you hang out with him, you'll be like, oh my gosh, maybe I shouldn't be hanging out with this guy. Loyalty, I give him a 2 out of 10. He lies. I give him a 2 out of 10 because he told his dealer he wasn't smoking his stuff, but he was. So imagine if you were in a relationship, if he tells you, oh, I'm not playing with that other girl, he playing with that other girl. And that also goes for That's My Man's Energy, which I gave him a 2 out of 10, and I think I made my point clear. And didn't he poop in somebody's yard? I rest my case. The last person that we have is from the sitcom Living Single, which Living Single came before Friends, and the Friends network took the idea and just made it white. T, we have Overton Wakefield Jones. Now, Overton Wakefield Jones is the love interest of Sinclair, one of the roommates in the series. And Overton is the handyman in the building. And eventually, they get together, they get married, and things like that. For charm, I give him a 7 out of 10 because he's like a country boy, you know, he has manners, he treats women right, he takes his hat off. I don't know, I guess this is me. Taking your hat off is the only trait of being a country boy. He was patient with Sinclair because if y'all watch the series, Sinclair was kind of a ditz. And my favorite thing, which I give this loyalty a 10 out of 10, because the whole series, I don't think he ever stopped loving Sinclair. And whenever he proposed, he was right on it. That's My Man's Energy, I give him an 8 out of 10, based solely on the fact that he was always loving, he was always there for Sinclair. That's my man's energy. Now that we have all of our men ranked, let's see how it adds up. At number 5, with a hot score of 9, wow, that's a high score, we have Smokey from Friday. He's the worst one. At number 4, we have, at a score of 14, Craig Jones, because he's a work in progress, but not there yet. At number 3, top 3, at a score of 19, you guessed it, Q from Moesha, because although he tried his best, they both made the relationship toxic. At number 2, at a high score of 22, is Dwayne Wayne from A Different World. And number 1, the number 1 90s sitcom man, give it a drum roll, at a score of 25, Overton from Living Single. Clap it up, clap it up. I think that Overton is if you're ready to settle down. Dwayne Wayne is a good all-around guy to go and date. Overton's for settling down, Dwayne Wayne's for dating. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts. If I was wrong, which is impossible, let me know your reasoning as to who should have been number 1. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Like this video, it really helps. I'm so glad you guys are here. You support me every single week, and I'm so glad that we're, you know, becoming friends or whatever. If you want more POC voices, go and watch my series Black Girl Magic Minute on YouTube. Or if you want more Black history, you can go to my TikTok page. And I got more for you if you're feeling like being hyped up, encouraged, or just want a place for smiles, giggles, and good energy. You can follow my Instagram at 𝓂𝓾𝓻𝓮. And before you go, like always, bump it. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.